Welcome back. Oh, is my microphone? Yeah, there we go. Welcome. Wait, yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to Wake of the Red Death. Last time, the gang finally made their way to the city of Emerald Towers, a glittering and preposterously magnificent magic fortified city. Um, with marvels of new spellcraft and integration of magic technology with the workings of the world, teleportation chambers, uh, uh, Sky Oak hybridized from Yggdrasil and Hesperides, uh, seeds, all just wonders beyond imagination. And they met Ozymandias himself, the great wizard of the city of Emerald Towers, who uh, gave them their payment, at least to the ones who would accept it, for bringing the flawed Philosopher's Stone to them, and then made his great pitch for why they should throw their lot in with him and help him achieve what the city of Emerald Towers is attempting to achieve. Which our group met with a great deal of skepticism, and ultimately decided, oh, fuck that guy. We haven't officially burnt that bridge, though. You guys have not made it known to Ozymandias' face that you're against him. But as you camped outside the city's walls, there is a chance that the message may have come through to some degree anyway. So that is where you wake up today, camped outside the city of Emerald Towers. Um, if there's any business you'd like to finish in the city, now is your chance to do it.
That's right. I wanted to talk to the baker.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been long enough. I don't remember what I was going to do with him though. He has to learn about the bread, if I remember correctly, right?
I think you were gonna show him the bread
Oh,
of
I remember now.
Mars.
I remember now. Thank you, brain, for being worth a
You're
damn.
welcome.
Take credit for my brain. It's a piece of shit. You're better than that. Anyways, I remember what I was going to do now. Sorry. What else wants to do things?
No, you do your thing, Raven.
So I remember he was going to ask the baker to help him bake a pie.
All right. You go into the city, no real struggle, and eventually find the baker in the artisan and spellcraft district. He has a little bakery. Um, and there is Alvin Steenstra, the nice Germanorian man who you met and talked to in the park to learn what living in the city of Emerald Towers is like.
All right. Gar will give a wave.
He waves back.
And,
Nice to see you again. I don't remember if this guy had a character voice. I don't think so because I didn't expect him to be important.
Yeah, it was a random bullshit. It's fine. Don't matter. I'm not going to do a character voice either because my throat fucked. Anyways.
As it goes.
Nora's going to go over and say, hey, like, remember that pie I'd like you to bake for me?
Oh yeah.
Well, I have the ingredients if you have the time and prep.
Yeah, sure.
So he's going to pull out, the god apples he bought, which I think he bought like one of each or something like that. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
The god apples, and he's going to pull out the Yggdrasil apples. I mean, they're not really god apples. Doesn't matter. And he's going to pull out the god
Mm-hmm.
bread. And something you can do with bread is you can mash it and basically use water and paste to turn it back into dough. Essentially, recycle it.
Mm-hmm.
And
You also had God wheat.
had what now? Wheat, yeah. Uh,
We had God wheat.
yeah, but that's harder to deal with, and that's gonna take a lot longer to process. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
basically, he's going to like ask for him to turn the bread into a pie crust, and then make a pie with god bread and fucking Idrisil apples, and see how much this flowers for Algernon's both our taste buds.
All right. Takes a few, more than a few hours actually. But he does manage, to make a pretty beautiful looking apple pie.
It's like Gore will slice them both a slice, and then just together, since they made this together, just nod and he'll take a bite.
All right. Beautiful. Gore, you hear something like a clap of thunder.
Oh.
But not quite the same as thunder. It's a horrifying, chaotic sound of shit's about to break loose, and the world disappears around you for a moment into this sort of thrumming, pulsing plane of swirling red and purple mist. And for a brief moment, you see a female figure with a great mane of tangled hair that seems to move on its own. And as she turns to look at you, her eyes shine with an insanity inducing light as she cackles terrifyingly and says, "Golden apples? I've stolen those before." And then you blink and you're back in the baker shop.
Was that for Tiny?
No,
was Eris.
that was Eris. She literally
Okay.
throws apples that cause chaos. Like, yeah.
The goddess of Discord has
yeah.
taken notice of you.
Ah, shit.
Oh shit.
Gore's going to blink, look around for a minute, like, Baker friend okay?
He's having he's like, "Oh my god, this is the best pie I've ever cooked."
Alright, pie tastes amazing, yes?
Wait, oh no.
The pie tastes amazing.
Awesome.
It is spectacular.
He's going to, like, save, like, 3 pieces of the pie for the rest of the party, and then him and his baker friend are gonna fucking demolish the rest of it.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, you guys get to split 3 pieces somehow between you, not my problem.
All right. Well, let's make a
Three
note
of
of
us.
what just happened.
I let the 3 of us. It's like, you can cut a slice in half. It's easy.
But there's 3 of us. Like,
Oh, there is?
what's the problem?
Oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, okay, never mind. 3 slices, they're fine. Get a slice each, then when Gore comes back with, like,
A vision.
wrapped slices of seemingly apple pie.
For a minute, I thought Igor was about to get a vision telling him to go drop a baby from a wall.
See,
No.
I thought I was fucked because I'm using, like, holy Greek things and Idrisil apples, which come from the Norse pantheon. I combined them. I'm like, so what kind of heresy did I just make?
Well, whatever it was enough to get Eris's attention.
Maybe she just likes pie. Don't fucking know what Eris. Anyways, so yeah, that was the thing I wanted to do.
Wait a minute. I didn't realize Eris had an alternate name. In Northern Mediterra, she would be Discordia.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So yeah.
My current happy place is giving her a swirly. If you Hades too.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Gore's not going to mention he saw a goddess. He's just going to come back with pie after probably leaving the baker, on a wild high in his fucking kitchen.
Yep.
So yeah, just comes back with pie slices and offers you guys pie slices.
Oh. Thank you, Gore.
Just nods, just was a project I was working on panned out.
Is that a pun?
Leica seems a bit moodier than usual,
It can be if you want to.
and not like a performative moody
Mhm.
like you would expect.
It's angst became genuine ennui essentially.
Yeah, There's she's doing the thing where she's laying in a tree branch with her back to everyone, just throwing a knife up and down.
I'm just gonna reach up with like a
Janice
stick.
is all.
The score's gonna like pick up a stick or reach up and just lightly poke her in the side. Pie.
Oi,
Have some pie.
what? Oh, thank you. Like just hops down, just looking just more disheveled and more just than usual.
Just
Which
look-
says a lot given
Who she is.
yeah, just kind of looks
Like,
around. He's like,
wait. We were in Minervans a year ago, like a year ago.
Huh?
The Minervans I just looked at the important locations, and the Minervans map was uploaded April 28th last year.
Don't worry about that.
Oh.
Sorry, I just got hit by Kronos, so
yeah. Gord's, in spite of the very intense meeting with Ozymandias, seems chipper and happy as normal. He's like, wow, you people are down. Maybe you should have slept on the ground.
Janice
like it
seems
did.
like did what?
Sleep on the
Sleep
ground.
on the ground.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we stopped outside the city. Janice seems a little distracted, but
Just kind of looking around. So, how's the pie?
like she's oh yeah, I'm gonna take a bite of the pie.
What's the reactions when we eat the pie?
Phenomenal.
Mm,
It is a ridiculously delicious apple pie.
not usually fond of apple pie, but this is pretty good.
And it's like, yes, made with Yggdrasil apples and a little bit of bread that a certain somebody gave us.
Janice
No wonder it tastes
chokes
like
on the
heresy.
pie. Janice chokes on the pie.
No wonder it tastes like heresy.
No, it tastes like heresy.
Are you sure you're? Are you sure? Did you piss? Did you piss a god off making this?
No, they're pretty obvious when they're pissed off. Again, not even lying. Discordia seemed really happy.
Oh yeah, no.
I know.
That wasn't like a pointed. You know, that was more of like a. Holy fuck! What did you do?
just shrugs, just to ask the local baker. I wanted to see if he could make a pie with this, and he could, and he did.
It tastes amazing.
I think I'll wake up in like 3 days. It's good. Good food should be
Oh
shared.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the best pie I've ever had.
We'll see.
It is. Factually, inarguably, and objectively.
Just smiles. He goes, we'll see if we can't top that.
It is the best possible apple pie.
God, I'm craving rhubarb pie now.
So for the people who don't like apple pie, this is the apple pie that can eat.
So the apple pie, where you all make an exception.
Gotcha.
Oh, that was my thing.
Where are we headed to next?
Venusia.
Yeah.
That's what everyone voted on.
We're on our
Yep.
trip to get the dragon so we can stop the Mars militia thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
where's Leica?
Uh,
Are you alright?
Uh.
Is this place bothering you? Hello?
I hear you. Like is not answering.
waves a hand in front of your face, like, "Are you here?"
No, she acknowledges you. She's just not saying anything.
Hmm.
Just like Jesus.
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
Jesus.
Before we go, I think I need to go clear my head. As Leica says, as she just walks into the woods for a bit.
Oh. But we're getting ready to. All right.
Before we get ready, like I said.
Hmm. It seems like more than just this place is bothering her.
Well,
Alex Gore.
he just shrugs. Well, it's not really any of our business. If she wants to tell us, she'll tell us.
I mean, that's fair.
The people wanted the insight Leica before she stormed off.
Yeah, I want to try.
Not about my yeah. None of
Let's
my
do a
business.
double insight. Double insight.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, it's a fucking
look.
12.
It's the noble 12.
It's the noble 12. Yeah, okay.
And in this
What?
game, 12 matters.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Come on. What?
All right.
What is
So,
my?
few things. One, Leica has never once told you her last name.
Uh huh.
Yeah, Ozymandias casually dropped that.
Oh. Hmm.
Number two,
Okay.
you get a feeling like she gets a feeling that you get a feeling that there's just an inherent distrust about everything that's currently going around right now. So it's not just like there's a twinge of paranoia here of like anything we say can be used as well as like a feeling like last session certain people in the party said way too fucking much.
It was me. I said too much.
You know, Janice.
It is a
Janice
well-known
admitted
fact
that, like,
the narrator must be seen and not heard.
yeah, Janice admitted that she was getting pulled into it, and like I was right. She was getting reeled in, and they admit that.
So between all that and also the fact is like, oh, your reward is basically us spinning propaganda about you for someone who dislikes authority.
Yeah. Janice,
So she
watches.
So there's a lot of I was duped, I was like led on, I was forced into this contract without, and you know things about me I don't want you to know.
Yeah. I see. Talk to her when we'll talk to her when she's ready.
Also, one thing you also notice is that ever since Minervans, there's been a little bit of a vibe difference, but you're not quite sure what that is.
I hope it's not me, because I rejected the authority.
Oh no, it's more of a. You'll see. It's not directed at you, just an overall vibe.
Okay.
Above game, probably just worried about the whole demon thing.
That right. That wasn't Minervans.
That as well as what a certain goddess said that none of you heard.
Yeah, that is the above game knowledge. It's like, oh, something got stuck in her craw. And of
I'll
course,
get it
she's
out.
the type of person she doesn't want to talk about her problems, so she just kind of stews on it.
She gets it from her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
mean?
her dad too, but her dad masks it better.
What do you mean my behaviors are maladaptive?
You really
Though, now I am imagining to my hilarity. Just Janice is sleeping in bed one night, Lyca's standing over them with a knife. It's like, no government, no government, no government.
It's the scene from the fucking Batman Cape Crusader as Alfred wakes up and sees a kid Bruce Wayne. How much I'll punish them all.
I literally dismantled Minervan's government and made it a
And put
council.
yourself
Like,
in charge.
no, I'm not in charge.
Dismantle the government, not become it.
I explicitly am not in charge. That was part of the whole thing.
Don't you know God is just the highest authority of them all? It just, you know how like vampires are constantly tempted by the need to bite out somebody's neck, but in this case, Lyca is just constantly feels the need of like somebody has any position of respect. I must kill them. I have to.
I'm coming, Kenny. She screamed.
But yeah, to the Venusia, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If anything happens while Lyca's stewing in the woods, then she'll be. If
Yeah,
nothing
nothing-
happens, she'll be back with like an hour.
Yeah, does anything happen, TT?
No, things are pretty calm around the city of Emerald Towers. Having completed the goal that you set out with from the very start of this campaign, you are now free to explore the world as you wish.
You are now free to move about the cabin.
All right. So,
Here's wood. It's right here.
you do have a.
Ollie is back in Minerva's last I checked.
Yep, all of your
Yeah.
monster pals are in Minervans.
Even our spider and our Smurf.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, your spider and your Smurf came with you, because you met the Smurf in the Dionian Forest. So, she
And I'm
wouldn't
teaching
backtrack.
the spider.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess I can delete 14 Sprite because we won't be needing him for a while. Someone roll me a.
Fucking narc.
I'm gonna roll me a travel check. You're gonna roll 2d6s, and wait, is that how it works? Brain, how travel checks worky? Yeah, 2d6s. No, wait, no, sorry. Not a d6, a d8. You gotta roll one d8.
That's a 4 either way, so it's just a 4.
All right, you have an uneventful trip to your way to Venusia. And then I could put on the music for today's session. So you enter down here, the bottom of the map.
Drip tea.
Don't worry about it. In the city of Venusia. Venusia is surrounded on all sides by lush forests and vegetation. Not thick woods, but beautiful woods. Pleasant to walk through woods. The air is slightly humid, but at a comfortable temperature. And as you enter the city, you see things are spread out. There's lots of trees intermixed with the buildings. There are many lush fountains in the shape of a heart, if you actually look at the arrangement they made. And there are soldiers with armor.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Excuse me?
And they're walking around not sternly with military efficiency, but with a gentle, sweet manner. One, as you come in, stops, picks up a flower, lifts it up to his face, sniffs it, and smiles and keeps walking along his way.
Well, Aphrodite is Mars's
Consort. You notice that the flaming skull on their shields has been painted over with a big happy face. Somewhat crude. Just in case someone wants to compare and contrast with a normal Mars militiaman.
I think they've been converted.
Oh,
they
this is
also have more
glorious.
kawaii eyes.
What in the world?
One sees you guys and waves. Hello.
Hello.
Well, that's
Flower?
Militiaman?
what goes on. We have arrived from further north. What goes on here in the Venusia these days?
He looks at you and then looks north, which is the opposite direction you're coming from, and says, I
Well,
think
we-
you're really lost.
Well, we came from the east rather than then we took a southern detour. Now we're here.
Oh, that makes more sense. Flower?
Leica takes it. Can I roll a would my experience as a chimerist for Monster Hunter notice anything is off about these flowers?
I'm not gonna give you no. You the flower specifically. No, this is just
Oh.
like a daisy.
Oh, so it's just
It is a completely normal daisy.
okay.
I wasn't aware that you had made it to Venusia.
Oh, yeah, been here for a while. It's real nice here.
You seem happy.
Yeah.
TT, I would like to roll a read about situation.
Yeah, go ahead. Or you'd like to do a double insight check instead, since we're not using that system?
I was kidding, but
Yeah. It's nice here, yeah. Just
Yeah, I my mask stays on. Just so you know. I would like to roll the double insight.
yeah, go ahead.
Micah shall as well.
Oh wow, 7.
9.
This is weird, but you can't figure out what exactly is going on. Other than that, this Mars militiaman seems extremely chill and lackadaisical, which is the antithesis of what you know Mars militiamen are supposed to act like. And as you look through and occasionally see other Mars militiamen mulling about with the normal folk of Venusia, all of them are acting
the
this
normal
way
folk?
and are greeted in a friendly manner by the other residents. They have weapons. They've got this, menacing spiky armor, but they're acting like puppies.
What the fuck?
Do the normal folks act
Are
like
you gonna
this?
be in here long?
We're just passing through. We have
Well, if you need someplace to stay, go to Infatuation. And if you have time, I cannot suggest Ethereal Embrace well enough.
What's the Ethereal Embrace?
It's the pleasure house. They've got a spa. They've got all sorts of things to make you feel nice. Peace and love. And then he walks off.
What?
He says peace and love and then walks off.
Yeah. Dude, Janice looks like someone just smacked them in the face.
Well, at least that was a more pleasant interaction than we normally expect of the militia.
This is extremely unsettling.
Is it that unusual? We are in the city of a goddess with deep ties to Mars.
Yes.
that's putting it mildly. Very deep indeed.
Oh my god.
I was thinking it.
I chose my words. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said.
Yeah, I know.
An elephant makes innuendo, 100%.
Report.
But we've established Janice is the religious one here.
Yeah, so why are you being suspicious? All suspicious?
They
I thought
seem,
paranoia was Laika's thing.
they seem drugged.
Yeah. Wait. What?
See, even the player knows. It's like, well, I considering Venusia is not that far away from, where the Mars militia have first started. It wouldn't surprise me if there's like a spell of some kind over this city protecting it.
I wonder if this
Would
is
make
like the
sense.
island Ulysses came across.
The one full of Cyclopses.
He'll try to flag down a normal person. It's like, hello, we're new in town and we've just noticed the militia here.
Oh, yeah. We were pretty scared the first time they came, but the High Priestess handled it.
Oh.
Right. And where would she reside?
Oh, in the temple, obviously.
Thank you. Peace and love.
Peace and love. As you walk through, you see another Mars militiaman over here feeding the ducks in one of the many fountains.
I guess I'm going to the temple.
I'm not one for religion, but whoever turned them like this, like, see.
I am religious, and I do also want to just pay my respects to Venus while I'm here.
I'm your Venus.
I'm your fire, what's your desire? Alright, so where are we going, gang?
Well, we want to go to the temple, but where else do we want to go?
Check out the marketplace, obviously. And, I have to entertain Infatuation. I just love the name of that.
Go to Infatuation. You will find it's an inn. You can spend 10 zenith to stay the night and have a pleasant time.
Mm-hmm.
In a normal inn way, not in a innuendo way. We'll leave that to the elephants.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to look in the Ethereal Embrace, guys.
As Yes, you
Go ahead. Do it.
Look, Ines doesn't want, but like, just years, I see what he did.
do. Yeah, okay.
Yes, and I need to head up the marketplace and restock my inventory points.
You mean
Yeah,
the
I do
inn?
want to.
If you
Yeah.
go to the inn, you will
The inn,
cover all
right.
HP, MP, and IP for a stay of 10 zenith. In
Alright,
Infatuation.
yep.
A place where
I
you go
will
for a
spend that.
brief yet pleasant dalliance in Venusia.
Sounds like good to me. I'll spend that 10s in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll ask one of the like the proprietor is like, so what I'll go. So what goes on in the ethereal embrace? Roughly.
If you're talking to like a normal citizen or a Mars militiaman.
Not Mars Militiaman, the innkeeper, like the bartender.
Uh,
You know the
Oh
bartender
yeah, yeah.
always
The
has
bartender's like,
the bartender always has gossip.
Therion Blade. I mean, our entire city is devoted to Venus, the goddess of love, and there are many different forms of love. You know, there is physical love, as headed by her son Cupid, and there is the love of the heart and the mind, which is headed by Cupid's ascended mortal to god wife, Psyche. There's love between family members, love between friends, love between siblings, love between parents and adults, and romantic love, of course. The ethereal embrace is about meeting the physical needs of affection and love of those in town. You know, mostly outsiders and visitors, but some people who are native to here go there from time to time as well. It's a spa, a place to treat your body, and if you are lonesome, there are members of the clergy of Venus that are here to attend to your loneliness.
Oh, I see.
I'm also going to stay at the inn to recover everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it will as well, even though like it doesn't need to recharge anything.
I realized I hadn't recovered in a while, apparently.
Same
Yeah,
as
you
I.
want to.
Excellent.
Morphs were like the nastiest thing we've fought so far.
I assume the general atmosphere of Venusia is just very chill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pleasant, it's peaceful. Everyone here is friendly and welcoming because everyone here has lived with the idea that various forms of love are paramount to keeping society afloat. Perhaps nowhere else is more devoted to the sacred virtue of hospitality than the city of Venusia. It is a place of welcoming.
I thought it's a
Yeah.
southern Mediterranean equivalent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I do like this place's energy. It's just the militiamen are freaking me out a little.
Yes, I suppose so.
Yeah, they're pretty strange, those militia boys, but once the High Priestess sorts them out, they're as nice as any other people we have and devoted to protecting our town.
Every other faction of the militia that we've met have not been the most peaceful.
Oh, absolutely not. Every now and then a new squad comes down to check how things are going down here, and the boys do a good job of pretending they're like their old selves and getting the new squad in to meet the High Priestess.
fucking catfishing them.
Oh my god.
Well, I suppose that's a less than bloody method of conflict resolution.
In a couple of years, they'll be
Peace and love.
Come Aphrodite's assaulters.
So,
Whoa.
Yeah, it didn't work out as well, by the way.
No, Nathan, I'm sorry.
Alliteration. is
Just
a
one of them
double-edged sword.
suggests that. It's like, we'll be Aphrodite's assaulters. It's alliterative. And then they're like, puts a hand on his shoulder. Say that out loud again and listen to yourself.
Yeah, it was literally the like.
Oh, I
hey,
got it. No. Venus's Vanguard.
that works. The bees.
The Venusian Vanguard, sure.
The Venusian Vanguard,
the,
yeah.
the Venusian Venators.
But yeah, we can always pitch it to the High Priest.
Yeah.
Just no, Steve. No, you should have said it out loud. He's like, yeah.
It's like,
So, what's the Fortress of Devotion?
Oh, many years ago, like generations, centuries ago, some of the clergy of Mars came to town with a holy mission. They had been sent by Mars supposedly to build something to show Venus his devotion to her as a protector and a lover. And so they built this great stronghold for the city of Venusia, so that if war or any other calamity should come to our town, we could hold up in there and keep ourselves safe.
Oh.
And it is maintained to this day, right across from the Temple of Venus.
Mars loves his wife.
Oh, sweet.
Not his wife. They can't be married. Venus
Yeah.
was married off to Vulcan.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Hera won't allow that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she eventually.
It's called a divorce, Sarah!
They eventually got a divorce, but yeah.
Yeah, you know how extramarital affairs are with gods. It's messy.
Yeah.
But, I'd like to hit up that marketplace.
Yeah, like it will just follow.
All right. Most of what is sold here are finery of clothes, lots of artisan goods. But there are two things you managed to find. One of them, apparently, I forgot to write its stats down completely, so let me finish that up real quick. Okay. Let's see here. What's your damage, you little bastard? Okay, so there are two weapons of a sort that you can find in Venusia. In the marketplace, and they are these. The Cupid bow, a two-handed bow whose power is based by how much affection you feel. And Sweet Dominance, a cat of nine tails whip.
Oh my god.
That does bolt damage and is doubly effective against foes that are suffering a status condition like weak or rage and such like that.
Both those sound actually really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I am the mage, so
I may want to pick up that bow. Just gotta check my funds and see how it goes.
Depending on how much affection you feel, that bow could be really useful.
Yeah.
Mr. Ace is gonna be rocking a high affection.
So far, Leica has 5 forms of affection, I'll go to my journal for bond. 6. Like I 6 bonds of affection.
Mm-hmm.
How unbecoming of an edgy teen.
Exactly.
Is in spite of herself.
She's checking her player sheet and she's going, no.
I only have.
I'm hardcore. I don't feel things.
Well, it's, the problem is there can be a neutral ground between affection and hatred.
I do have 4 bonds of affection, but like those are not really good for me.
How much does that have?
5, 6 at the moment.
Tied with Leica.
Yeah. Sounds like either of us could make use of it in the future.
Leica
So
already has like the fucking multi-bow from last session, so you get it.
that's true. Yeah, why not? I got money to kill. I shall purchase the bow.
All right.
As funny as the cat I think would be. Well, alas, it is not her mother.
The Cupid bow. Okay.
Glad. A lot of affection, don't you?
What?
That's an Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice look. That's a nice looking bow, Alex.
Mm-hmm. I suppose so. Got a good feeling about it.
They call him Alex Affectionate.
Well, in that case, let us onward.
Jana's pet shitters. Aw.
Many people compliment your cute pet, including a couple of Mars militiamen.
That makes sense. I love
So
my...
I'm curious.
Hmm?
So are we gonna look at the Ethereal Embrace before or after the High Priestess?
Hmm.
Do you want to visit the non-plot critical area first, or do you want to proceed with the story?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We have to go to every house and ransack the place for potions.
But you already have so much ethers you do not use.
I could use them, maybe. There's only so many in the game.
Listen, I'm gonna use them in the final battle, maybe if I need to.
Did I stutter? Ransack.
Well,
I mean,
there's only 50 of them.
Pokemon says you use them for the Pokemon League.
But there's only 50 of them in the whole game. Alright. Let us head up the brothel and see what
like
shit we get up
God.
to.
And you go to Ethereal Embrace, the pleasure spa. And there you are greeted by a woman whose bust makes the mayor of Junotonia seem small-chested. Welcome to the Ethereal Embrace. I am Penelope Prosecco, the bard of this establishment. And I see you are some new and shining faces in Venusia. Let us show you the pleasures that await for you here in the great city of Venus, goddess of love.
Alrighty then. You know what? No,
Struck,
you
I
know what,
see.
Janice?
I think you would do well with a massage, my good friend. We have such lovely massages. Let them
yeah.
carry the stress of your day away.
It's like, you know what? Yes, as a matter of fact, Janice does need to relax and need to go out their body.
Out of character, yes. In character, Janice was still very self-conscious about their body.
There's only one way to fix that. We force it.
This is the city of love. You need to learn self-love.
That is what this
I,
center that is what Ethereal Embrace tries to teach.
Was all that in character?
No, not necessarily. He's just good. Alex would just be like, just
No, but the
nudging
bard
you.
has- But
Um,
this bard clearly can read you like a book.
I
It's like I know you might feel a little uncomfortable about it, but I have a good feeling this is like the least judgmental place possible.
Meanwhile,
The bard nods and she says, "Friend, I see that you are wearing the clothes of a medicinal wizard, and that you seem to be conscious about your body, but trust me, no one here will judge you for your appearance. We care about the contents of one's heart."
you know what vibe I'm getting? You know that meme of, "Hey man, you look down. Do you want to touch my boobs?"
That is very much the sort of the philosophy of Venusia. Boobs? Do you want to touch boobs?
all right. It can't hurt.
All right. So if you go down for a massage, Embrace services. So if you go for a massage, you get a permanent conditional +2 bonus for checks to perform non-violent yet stressful physical labor, like carrying heavy loads, crawling on the ground for a long period of time, climbing sheer surfaces, etc.
Oh.
By the talent of the masseuse, they get a lot of kinks out of your body, and you feel refreshed and reinvigorated. Your body feels more your own than it has in a long time.
Oh.
That sounds useful shit.
That's what I'm doing. What are the rest of you doing?
It all depends. What does the masseuse? What does the
bod.
the bod suggest?
The BAWD. Well, of course, we have, in addition to our massages, there is the hot spring soak. Let your troubles and cares flow away as all the filth and grime goes off your body, and you feel more refreshed and clean than ever. We also have very talented artisans of the human and non-human form to give makeovers, pedicures, facials, those sorts of things, to really bring out the beauty inherent of your soul through your physical form. And, of course, the Ethereal Embrace is a house of all pleasure, and if you need to share a moment of passion, we have artisans in the art of care and for affection, trained at the Temple of Venus herself to make sure that you remember that you are loved and are one with the world. So, your options are the hot spring soak, the makeover, the massage, or a moment of passion, and I will show you what the buffs are for each of those. If you get a hot spring soak, you gain a permanent resistance to poison damage, so it does half as a result of flushing the toxins from your body. If you get a makeover, you gain a permanent conditional +2 bonus to checks made to convince others to listen to you thanks to your stunning new looks. And if you decide to have a moment of passion, which need not necessarily be sexual, it's just spending some time with a courtesan to sort of have an emotional connection with someone who's willing to care for you in some way. You gain a +2 conditional bonus to checks made to resist attempts by others to control your mind because you remember that there are things in life worth living for.
They're all really good.
All of these are really good.
Yeah. Can Janice get the full suite?
You can. It'll take all
Like-
day, though. You'll have to stay at the end before you do other stuff.
Oh.
A lot of that is pretty
there's no-
useful, though.
You do have things to do.
It's
Yeah.
not like you have it's not like you have like a ticking time clock anymore, though. You guys don't have a Philosopher's Stone. You're kind of free
That's
agents.
true.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Janice goes in. It's like, I'll get the massage. It can't hurt. But then that like makes them feel so good about like their body and everything that they wind up just doing
It's like,
everything else.
yeah, just. Oh God, I imagine it would be super adorable that finally takes off the mask. Feels a little self-conscious about the seam line,
Mm-hmm.
and but all of the makeup artists going, "Oh, we can work with
You
this."
have such unique and beautiful features. We're gonna make you beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
So
Or
as
handsome?
Micah walked.
Both work.
Butanson.
They both work indeed. Spoken like Venus.
As Moody travel wearing Leica walks in, what would the mod suggest for them?
I think you need a hot spring soak, kid.
You're gonna be thankful for it when you get bitten by a snake later.
That sounds nice, actually. Yeah.
Yep. And you get a nice hot spring soak. It is beautiful. Like essentially, it's like a hot tub. With a sauna sort of type. In a natural hot spring. There are attendants there who offer you various oils and lotions to help clean your body. They will even like scrub your back and do all of that. It's pampering. It's all to make you feel loved and welcomed, and to really extend the full hospitality of the city of Venusia.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's the spa episode.
Yeah.
Beat episode comes later.
Yeah, we haven't. It probably will take us a while to get to Neptunia.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Did I give it an yeah, or did it get an own? We'll find out when I look on the map.
I wonder what. I'm very curious what Gore would do.
Well.
Everyone looks at Gore.
See, as a frog, shouldn't you like soak a little bit?
He'd probably get the entire suite as well, because
Yeah, well,
if we're
so
if we're staying,
Something like it
might
will
as
do.
well. If we're staying tonight. May as
Sounds
well
like
just-
we are all
you know
getting the
what I
full
imagine?
suite.
Fun.
Indulge. Take care of yourselves. It's been a stressful time. You deserve to relax.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
I
rushing.
imagine Leica gets
Yeah.
walks in all moody. She just gets swept up by like 5 different attendants and just ripped off.
And like they take care of you, and they take care of things unique to you. Like they have a special wax for your horns that you didn't even know like that your horns are to a degree sensitive. But
Oh.
like as they're like waxing your horns and making it so that the layers of dead dermis on the excess are stripped off, and they feel refreshed. You realize that, like, shit, there actually are ways to take care of this, and it does, like, it's not like a super pleasurable feeling, but like it feels noticeably better. They have special oils specifically for the reptilian scales that cover parts of your body as part of your Cambion heritage. Various incenses that delight your nostrils, in the way that your demonic sense, your partially demonic senses are not normally reached. They take good care of you. Go actually bring you to a special hot spring for goblins and trolls and other creatures adapted for the swamp, because Venusia is actually close to a swamp. And they have this special enriching nutrient-rich pond water for you to stay in that feels so good to your goblin skin.
Yes.
There's a layer of well-tended algae and lily pads that just remind you of, like, shit, you have been traveling among human lands for too long to an extent.
Just sinks up to his eyeballs, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The tentacles
Sentence
like
broken.
floating
Exactly.
next to his eyes,
What-
just
what-
going full crocodile.
One of the tentacles is leaning on the side with like a martini glass. Absolutely.
And you all get makeovers where your hair or hair-like appendages are styled in a way that you might not have thought of on your own, but works really well for you. Makeup is used to help highlight the contours of your face and features. Your hands are given pedicures, and your toes are given pedicures and manicures for your hands. You're primped, and then you're presented with some of the most well-tailored and comfortable clothes you've ever worn, made out of luxurious fabrics that are soft and pleasing to the touch, and complement your skin and the rest of your makeover perfectly with their color palette.
I'm sure all of the makeup people are delighted to get their hands on the vampire twink.
Are you sure you're not royalty?
Ooh.
He's gonna keep his mouth shut.
Just pretend to be shy. They'll love it.
Oh, there doesn't have to be any pretending about it.
He's
Speaking, speaking of comforts and pleasures, I just got dinner, so
Now, I'm not gonna make anyone go into detail what they get for their moment of passion. But if you have anything you would like to describe your character looking for that part of the tour, you may. No judgment here.
Almost certainly.
I think just. Yeah, Grace.
I'll go ahead. Gore would basically order like a bottle of champagne, wine, something bubbly and fun. Then ask for the most experienced person, they have, and they swap stories, into the night, and that's it. Just, hey, have you ever been here?
The bod herself, Penelope. What was her fucking last name? It's on here somewhere. Is it below the location stuff? Where the shit is it? Penelope Prosecco actually ends up taking your moment of passion and
shit.
shares delightful conversations with you. Talking about her experience and her times traveling the world and then running the Ethereal Embrace. and you have a delightful time.
I will say, Gore does a lot of
Aw.
listening and only a little bit of like talking about his own stories. But he listens, makes a few jokes, smiles, offers to, pour her champagne. He's almost acting the host, even though she's the host.
And the thing is, had you asked for, if you not specified the most experienced escort, they might have taken aback by this. But the bod has had customers like this. So she's not surprised. She isn't meant, and as you continue to talk to her, she is very much a sort of seen it all sort of person.
Oh, absolutely. These are the people that he lives to talk to. They have stories.
Very unflappable. Very, effortlessly warm and kind in conversation. And with a lot of very fun, crazy stories. Not all of which are related to working in houses of pleasure. She apparently had a somewhat of a life of an adventurer before she settled down here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gore would certainly ask about just, Penelope the person rather than Penelope the madam.
Penelope.
Yeah.
It's an A.
Oh,
It's an F.
Penelope. I thought it was
Her name is actually a bit of a joke that is probably bad.
She's fun, Elope.
But so okay, I'll post it in chat for you. Bod Penelope Prosecco. If you know I'll explain it after the session's over. Anyways,
I get it.
We'll explain later. Very fun, Gore.
Okay. Yeah, that's his night. Just shares stories, talks
Alright.
the night away.
anyone else? Again, I'm not gonna make you, but it's a moment that you can allow for some character work.
Yeah. I have an idea.
Mhm.
Janice wants to see somebody who has loved and lost.
It takes the bod a bit of work, but she does find someone who not only fits that description, but is willing to talk to somebody who is looking for someone who fits that description.
Yeah.
And you have this person to spend this night with, as a companion to whatever degree you wish.
Yeah, Janice, with somebody who has, who can relate to them in that regard. Talk about how they had developed feelings for somebody, and it was new and fresh and important, but that somebody seems to have passed on already. And while they are glad that they seem at peace, they ache. That part of them aches in missing them.
The courtesan offers genuine sympathy and then talks about how that is a very common story, and it is one of the reasons the ethereal embrace exists. That dealing with loss and grief is hard, and sometimes we need a shoulder to cry on that we do not normally have. We can't easily access, and that's why the ethereal embrace exists. That there are needs that are sometimes needed to be attended to immediately, and there are people like herself that wish to tend on those needs. And she offers you comfort and shares her own stories of woe, and gives you a shoulder to cry on, and a person to vent your anxiety towards.
Yeah, I think Janice was actually crying.
Mm-hmm. This is me trying to do things associated with Venus in a way that's not completely creepy. So hopefully it's working.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
There is more than one way to be
There
intimate.
are other ways of
Yeah.
perfection.
Yeah.
There's also other ways to be creepy, like the
Yeah, no, I think this is good.
the mind-controlled soldiers. It's mildly creepy.
Well,
I know.
yeah. Well, the most malicious stuff. Fuck them. They're already mind controlled.
I know they're invaders, fuck them,
Yeah.
but still, that doesn't make it less creepy. That just makes it like, oh, okay.
Well, deserved.
Yeah.
What about Alex and Leica?
I am mulling over what he needs.
Sam, I'm trying to figure out like what would Leica need.
And again, it also doesn't have to necessarily be a deep emotion need. If you just want to hang out with someone hot, you're allowed to just hang out with someone hot.
Yeah.
Typically just ask, hey, I want somebody who's good at, rugby, and we'll throw a ball around or something. I don't know.
7 feet tall, horns on her head, red skin, long tail, big muscles, can lift me over her shoulder.
This isn't about Karlak.
She lives in a different city, anyways.
Where's the clown outfit? There, it's different.
Yeah. Here's Janice like crying because they miss Cassidy, and then 7 foot tall demon.
You know what? Let's go with house choice. After Leica's feeling a little adventurous, house choice.
Oh dear, I'm sure they could clock the moody teen. It's like,
Well, she's not a teen. She's
Young adult.
she's of age.
yes, okay. I mean the mindset of I'm very much living in my parents' shadow. I don't feel like a full person yet.
Also all the shit she just went through in the different towers.
The Baud consults with the courtesans, and they do find there is one courtesan on staff who is roughly your age, a very attractive Cambion.
Ooh.
And they take you to a room, and they give you a fun, adventurous time.
Okay.
However you wish to interpret that. They correctly peg that you are a person who, to some extent, seeks thrills, and needs to let off some steam. So they give you some thrills that allow you some steam and remember and free to some extent. But you're at a stage of life where you're allowed to be a little stupid, a little silly, and a little reckless.
Unclench your jaw.
Maybe that means you're pulling pranks on people, like harmless, fun pranks on people in the brothel. Maybe it means they take you out to a section in the brothel where, that's essentially a gym where you're able to do some very extreme physical activity, like, parkour and, medieval parkour and shit.
Oh, that's enrichment for
And
the likes of Leica.
interpretation is up to you. It's
Come
this-
morning, the mod has her hand on her hips, and there's a fucking cow on the roof. It's like, who the fuck manages that?
She
rescue
says
the cow.
with a wry smile.
The nearest cow farm is at least 3 miles away.
Mana from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, this time it's Angus from heaven. As for Alex, I think he's not going to go into detail, but I think he needs to vent a little bit about how nutty things have been.
Valid.
Yeah. So when you don't go into detail of your request, which allows an interpretation of how to set you up for the night. but because all of the workers have been commenting on how you look like a little prince, there is a courtesan who wears specifically a sort of princess outfit. Like I'm like full on storybook, like one of those big conical hats with the little lacy flag sort of thing coming off the tip,
That's cute.
poofy sleeves and everything. She comes and sits with you for the night, and she lets vent, and she has like a high, somewhat reedy, willowy voice. That's very sweet and sugary as she talks to you. And she responds to a lot of your anxieties by validating them and also offering some wisdoms that seem very simply stated and sort of obvious in their nature, but also really potent. What are some of the anxieties you articulate?
The common anxiety, sure anyone could relate to. It's just like the world seems like it's gone insane, and it seems very hard to be a nice person these days.
Are you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go ape shit?
No, it's not that he's tired of being nice. He's tired that the world isn't nicer.
I know.
Yeah,
I was doing
being
the joke.
nice is work, but it's work that needs doing, and we weren't put on this world to test. If you spend too much time testing, you start to feel anxious. We were put on here to do the heavy lifting, to experience, and it's painful a lot of times, but I think I prefer the pain of being nice than I do the pain of knowing that I hurt someone when I could have done the opposite.
Yes, that's the thing that gets me. It's that there are really low moments sometimes where I think how easy it must be to just not care about other people.
That can be an attractive idea, but you also know it's not true, right? It's not easy to not care.
Yeah, it just...
You have to cut off a part of yourself to not care. We were meant to love. Not just romantically, but in all its facets. And it hurts to not love. People who cut themselves off from love, who act cruel, they hurt themselves, and sometimes
They don't even seem
tragically
to
they don't even
realize it.
realize it. Right.
Exactly.
There have been men who have come here and spent their lives cruelty and fighting and violence. And when we show them our kindness, they weep for hours, days even, as they realize what they have denied themselves by trying to make life easy, by trying to make themselves cruel. It's not easy to cut that part of yourself out. And the pain you feel at the lack of kindness in the world, and the pain, the struggle to keep being kind in a world that tries to be cruel, that's a good sort of pain. And still feel that up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you all have great therapy sessions with
I stepped
brothel
away.
workers.
Did any descriptions for Gora Lyca's makeover?
I'm letting you guys decide what your makeovers are.
I like to think that they're for Leica. They you mentioned that horn polish, like just positive.
Well,
Monstrous.
that was part of the experience, but there are whatever your makeovers are, however you think your character could be made to look especially glam and awesome, that is up to you.
The world's most majestic toad.
Gora just looks like a Pac-Man frog in color.
I will
Perhaps.
say, I will
Perhaps.
say, the poor courtesan who had to do his quote-unquote hair. Anytime she took or his or her eyes off it, he'd contort the tentacles in another completely different arrangement. Every single time they looked away. Every single time.
Yep, as it goes. Before you leave to return to the inn, there are things for sale to help support the ethereal embrace that you can buy in however many quantities you can afford, including the Puff of Pleasure, a perfume bomb that will make soldier class enemies, i.e. not bosses, who are in crisis, automatically quit the battlefield, so long as they're sapient beings, as they decide you're too lovely to hurt, as well as the oil of Adonis, the oil of Mars, the oil of Psyche, and the oil of Cupid, which, you can spend an inventory point in battle to consume them and increase a specific die by one size.
Ah,
Pretty good.
Temporary buffs, that's nice.
yeah.
It'll only do it for that one battle, which is why you can buy multiple of these. But, that could be critical, especially if you fight an enemy that's debuffing you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Since not everybody has a means of cleansing themselves. Some of those puffs of pleasure would be easy, would be handy for fighting people.
Mm-hmm.
Because the less if we're able to make them instant quit the battlefield as soon as they hit crisis, that means we spare the health and resources to take them down fully.
Does the Adonis not specify which die it increases?
Oh, doesn't it?
Does not.
No.
It should be the might die, I
Strength.
believe.
Yeah, might.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll buy a few of those pleasure bombs.
Yep, the Puff of Pleasure.
I'll buy the 2 oil of Mars, honestly. Willpower bonuses are hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
And also I want to get them 100s on it. Very nice.
Thank you.
If they had a tips jar, Coil to fill that sumbitch.
You can't go higher than a D12, right?
You
No.
can't.
Okay, so so 2 of these don't do anything for me.
No.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they only work for one battle, so it's like, do you want to stock up so you can give yourself this bonus in multiple battles?
Yeah, that's what I'm sort of thinking. But again, have a D12 and intention and willpower.
Yeah. What DT did out though, that we will eventually run into enemies who will lower our stats, and that could be a way to get your best stats back up.
True.
Because if you're like a heavily specialized caster and your casting's attributes get hit, you're going to be hurting.
That's why I'm
Yep.
grabbing willpower.
Yeah.
Willpower is my casting stat. Either boost it for, a fight, or bring it back up if it gets knocked.
I purchased 5 of the pleasure puffs.
Nice.
I'll be holding
Okay.
on to those.
Let's see.
Kind of funny that it's Mars for willpower and
can't
Adonis for might.
Okay.
So you can't have the strength of a god? That's my job. However, I
My
can make you
tipsy brain
bullheaded
can't
as me.
My tipsy brain can't math. 1 second.
Mars wants to give you the fighting spirit more than he wants to give you physical strength.
Made it clear the will to
Or
fight.
perhaps Venus admires Mars's will more than Mars's brawn.
Mars made it pretty clear that
I mean, we've met the
Everyone-
dude. He's charismatic.
Everyone in Olympus
I'm gonna-
is brawny.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy 4 of each of the oils.
Damn, high roller.
Nice.
I don't spend too much money because one, I can't really benefit from most armor because I'm a mage.
Yeah.
And 2, I can't really get much in the way of weapons because I'm a mage.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's true.
All right.
This way,
I gotta remember to give myself poison resistance.
This way, if anyone gets the buff, myself, I have the.
Nora, you are far away.
Nora, you've turned into a
Right.
small robot.
This way,
There you go.
There you go.
if anybody gets debuffed, including myself, I can fix them up. I am the healer.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh, yeah,
may be
TT,
healer,
well-
but pulls out a Glock.
Yeah, DT, you
The
still
best
gotta-
means of damage prevention.
I forgot to remind you, but acid spells.
What about acid spells?
You were going to come up with acid spells.
Oh. Yeah, I should figure that out. All right, I'm going to put that in my notes so I
Fine.
don't forget it.
Yeah. It's fine. I forgot to remind you. And yeah.
All right, there we are.
Alrighty. I suppose we are ready to see the High Priestess.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go into the Temple of Venus. This large, impressive, beautiful temple. Lots of greenery. Lots of incense in the air, giving everything a perfumed smell. As soon as you arrive, there are people who come to you with like hors d'oeuvres, like fresh grapes for you to eat, really tending to you as they ask you what your business is.
Oh,
We happen to be passing through, but were most impressed by how your High Priestess managed to resolve tensions with the militia.
We
also
are,
in general, paying respects to the goddess.
of course. Luckily for you, the High Priestess does not have very much going on today. If you would like, you could have a visit and talk to her yourself.
Would you say the High Priestess is the head authority of this town?
Yes, we've never really felt the need for a mayor. We've always been blessed with very, very good leadership from the clergy of the temple.
I would be honored to meet her.
This is where you cough, as the new High Philosopher.
Shush. I'm not gonna say that in the place full of Mars militia. You chill or not?
It's like, wow, cool, you're a nerd? That's like working out your brain.
Some of the attendants go with you and they lead you to the chambers of the High Priestess. They open them up, and it is this beautiful, elegant room filled with like silk sheets and tapestries, lush cushions. There's like a babbling indoor fountain, very beautifully perfumed air, and standing next to a statue of Venus herself is a woman who looks almost like the picture, like the human equivalent of it. Just this tall, glamorous supermodel of a woman. Akin to Gigi's animatic of Cersei singing There Are Other Ways of Persuasion. If just a
Oh.
little bit more city girl to Cersei's country girl, if you get my drift. Like tall, just this lush waterfall of hair from the back. Just this elegant, slender woman. She looks at you and says, "Ah, visitors, welcome. I am High Priestess Myrina of Venusia."
Hello, I am Janice Brow.
She nods and smiles and waits for everyone else to introduce themselves.
Name's Leica.
Alexander Gilly.
She stops and she looks at Alex a little bit. There's something familiar, but can't quite place it. Well, what is your business here in Venusia?
To be honest, we were just passing through.
Yeah, and we couldn't help but notice how the militia was acting in town.
Yes, I imagine if you have encountered them elsewhere, you would be very surprised by their behavior.
Yes, they were burning Minervans to the ground.
Just awful. They arrived here a while ago, at least the first ones, telling us that they were an envoy and that we were to bend the knee and they would protect us, for, of course, the Mars militia wishes to protect the city of the goddess of love, for Mars is infatuated with Venus, but I could tell looking at them they didn't have approval of my goddess's paramour. And more to the point, one does not respect the goddess of love by demanding that her subjects be conquered. So,
Tell.
we sent them to the ethereal embrace for a bit while I consulted with my glorious goddess on what to do, and she gave me these. And she reaches onto a planter and plucks a lotus flower.
Oh,
It's a very special flower grown only on one island to the south. When consumed, it washes the mind with pleasure and renders one far more susceptible to suggestion. We use that to get them into a state where they'd be more willing to listen to a diplomatic approach. And then we applied the tools of Venus's trade to convince them that perhaps seeking out the destruction and deaths of other people aren't really the most noble cause they can aspire to, that perhaps what they need is kindness. And you must believe, once we got these men to open up, so many of them had such tales of woe and sorrow in their lives, and how they were driven to this Mars militia out of a desire to make their lives have meaning, but violence doesn't give people meaning.
So how did you bypass the whole thing on their armor? As we've noticed in our encounters that their armor directly prevents the god of war from...
Well, that is why she gave it to me rather than using it herself.
Oh.
They may be able to keep the gods at bay to some extent, but mortal hands are trickier.
Overall, also speak up, those lotus flowers are also not of godly make, specifically.
That is true. It is only through the blessing of a goddess that I have access to them, but they come from an island that anyone could visit.
I am impressed by how perceptive you are. Being able to
Well-
see that they were not truly blessed by Mars.
There are few people who know the ways of Mars as well as the followers of Venus.
Of course.
Although such a flower could easily be misused, I am appreciative of you giving them second chances. We have met Mars Militia, who we've managed to convince, through more difficult means albeit, that what they're doing is wrong.
Oh, I do not wish to make it seem like this has been an easy ordeal.
No, of
The-
course not.
Undoing the damage that has been done to these men is a task. It takes weeks.
Battles of the mind are just as, if not more vicious than battles of the flesh.
Normally, my patron abhors the use of chemicals to force affection, but in this case, these men have been so destroyed, their hearts so hardened, their lives so bent towards needless cruelty and viciousness, that in this case she considers the medicine we give to them a necessary evil.
Yes, I see the logic of it.
Yes, in my dealing where I managed to break through to a militiaman, I had saved him from near death after a brutal battle, and in doing so had taken off his armor to heal him. And then, with the armor no longer being on, he was able to reach Mars.
She blinks. You've met someone who's talked to the gods? I mean, other than myself.
Like
No,
a monkey
okay,
cigar
so-
bread.
Janice doesn't have the mask on because they got the makeover and everything. But they visibly pause, because their expression is normally hidden, so they're actually not that great at hiding it. So they're visibly like, oh shit, on their
Mhm.
face.
You're turning into a small robot again, but that was very good.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Eh,
And Mars, no less. Perhaps it was auspicious that we have met.
Yes.
If you will allow me, I would like to perform a prophecy and consult with Venus. You may have a touch of destiny about you.
I was actually hoping to pay my respects to Venus while here. I am a worshiper of Minerva myself, but of course, all the gods deserve respect.
Yes. Here, and she gestures for you all to sit on these really big, luscious pink cushions. Like, I'm not saying you're sitting in beanbag chairs, but it's not that
We're
far
sitting
off.
in beanbag chairs. We're sitting in beanbag chairs, Will.
You're essentially sitting in high-end gourmet beanbag chairs.
Black is gonna slowly sit down, but she's gonna roll a double insight just to make sure.
Are you afraid it's a man-eating couch?
That's a 9.
Fuck, that is a
It's
comfy cushion.
Huh, alright.
She pours some bath salts into the bubbling fountain and begins offering some prayers. And then, thank you, music, for cutting off just as this begins. The bath salts turn the water pink and then begin
Oh.
to fill with bubbles, which the priestess reacts to with slight shock because they've never done this before. And these pink bubbles begin to pour out the sides and fill and float in through the room, giving everything a sort of pink glow. And suddenly emerging from the bubblegum pink water is an enormous clam. And
Oh,
you hear
Oh
you
shit!
hear disembodied voices singing, Love, love, love.
Aphrodite,
Love,
Aphrodite, Aphrodite.
love, 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 love. Dum dum ba dum ba dum. And the clam opens to reveal a massive statuesque woman in a dress made of foaming seawater with bubblegum pink skin and a theater mask on her face. And she
Oh.
begins to sing. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. All you need is love.
Dun, dun, dun.
All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. And then she turns and looks at you with hot pink glowing eyes beneath her mask. And the priestess is shaking with excitement. And Venus places a hand, or rather a finger, under her priestess's chin and lifts her head up and says, "You have done a very good job. I think you deserve a reward, Marina. Uh-huh. Why don't
Oh
you
my
go and
God.
prepare your bed chambers so I can
Oh.
reward you properly when this conversation
Holy
is
shit!
done?" And the high priestess nods and says, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." And then she rushes out of the room. Venus smiles, puts her hands on her hips,
Wow.
and then looks at you all with a toss of her hair and says, "It's all of you."
I was
What?
I was so waiting for it to go, "Sup, nerds."
Oh,
Look at
oh,
you! They're
Mart.
friends of my good sweet boy toy Mars, all in my city.
Oh, it makes sense that Mars mentioned us.
He has raved about what you've been doing. It's all he talks about. He's like, "Oh, Venus, I found these nice little guys and they're helping me out. They're gonna say hi to my dragon."
I like to imagine she manifests Mars's mask and just like holds it over her face and does his voice perfectly.
Yeah, while also doing the thing
God.
where she hunches her shoulders to make herself look wider.
Oh,
He's so sweet when he talks about his passions. I have been on pins and needles hoping you would come to my door and look at you right here in my high priestess's chambers. Ah, what a treat.
it is a treat
It's an honor to meet you.
You.
Go on.
Well, I was hoping to, give my respects as well,
As High
just as
Philosopher.
somebody.
Yeah, I understand that bit.
No, I mean,
so-
no, I meant just because I think that you also deserve respect, and this place has been extremely nice.
It is, isn't it? The people here do such a good job of living up to just the virtues of love and affection. I'm so proud of them, especially given how hard the plague was on all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It sort of feels like this is one of the few towns that's kept their head on their shoulders.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's not war or wisdom or kings or oaths that get you through hard times. It's love. It's the love of your family, your friends, your fellow living beings. That's what lets you pull through. Love is what helps us weather storms in this world, and the problem is that people keep forgetting that. Venusia was hit hard by the plague, you know. We lost many people. And in part because the people of my city they would not abandon each other to death alone. But our willingness
I
to care
understand.
for each other, to tend to each other, is what allowed us to pull through. I'm
I
immensely proud of them.
absolutely, I absolutely saw people during the plague who were aware of the danger they were putting themselves in, but determined to make sure those sick had comfort.
And if it weren't for those sorts of people, and she taps you on the head just a little bit, people like you, healer.
Oh,
If it weren't for the love they showed for their fellow people, there would be a lot less living souls today.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the plague is receding, everyone is forgetting that lesson, and I find that vexing. But you, little goody goodies, according to my bow, you're spreading the good word really well.
We have
Trying our
unwittingly
best.
been a matchmaker a few times.
yeah, actually, we have.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that Hawk and that Tonia there. They're a cute couple. Oh,
Hmm.
it is
Oh.
important for me to thank you for doing right by my mother and by my aunties and my sister.
I feel, Janice is obviously flustered.
It's literally the world's most beautiful woman.
yeah.
It's more than the world's most beautiful woman. This is a goddess. She is more beautiful than a woman can be.
She is the concept of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
The world has gone through a lot, and I'd rather leave it in at least a little better shape than it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Is there something we can do for you?
Well, it's really more about what I can do for you.
Oh God. Yeah, okay.
Mars has talked to me so much about all of you. He is just a big sweetheart, isn't he?
Yes,
Much-
I agree. Actually,
Much to our surprise.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised. He's passion. That's. I know my sweetie loves fights and violence and all that. He comes to me all the time with his cute little questions. Venus, who do you think would win in a fight, a lion or a bear, a dragon or a behemoth, Vormodon the Dread or Demon Lord Morkill? And I say to him, well, sweetie, who do you think would win? And he says, well, I don't know. And then he tells me who he thinks, and I say, well, the other one might have a chance, though, and that lets him explain why so-and-so who would win. And I argue
Aw.
here and there, but
Aw.
it's always amiable, and eventually I'm really just trying to get him to explain himself more, and by the end I say, well, I guess you're right, and he's so happy. He says, no, Venus, you had a lot of points too. You showed me it's not so clear-cut. And because he's happy he won, he doesn't want me to feel unhappy that I lost, and that's what people don't get about Mars. That's what they don't get about conflict. The goal isn't to win. It's to prove you deserve to exist, that you've got good ideas and the right to express them, that you're valid. And what love does is validate people. It affirms their right to live, to exist. Yeah, my sister says wisdom ends wars, and maybe it does, but love is what makes sure they end well. That's why Mars and I are such a good match. I affirm him, I validate him, and he affirms and validates me in turn. We're opposites, you'd say, but we love each other. We see each other's value, and so when he tells me there are some people who are doing some real good in this world, well, I just think it's my job to make sure they're doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's been, a lot, but well, we soldier on. Pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you shouldn't just be soldiering on. It's not all about the fight. What are we fighting for? What do we want out of life? What are we looking to make the new world into?
A gentler pace would be nice.
Oh, wouldn't it? Possible too.
I want the disparate peoples of Mediterra to be together.
Proper unity.
Yeah.
Not just because somebody scary says so.
Yes, I agree. Unity from our shared love for each other, that what the men would call the innate brotherhood of humanity, but oh, what a biased term that is.
Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I've seen things very differently since my change.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
Bless
okay?
you.
Phlegm.
Yeah, you're fine. He looks at you, Janice. Very strange to have such a pleasant conversation with an acolyte of my sister.
Your sister would probably enjoy the conversation with you as well. She is just
No,
finds
she
it more
wouldn't.
difficult. She finds it more difficult to articulate.
Be helpful if she would try from time to time.
Aw.
Sorry, I shouldn't take
Aw.
that out on you. You're
Well, perhaps when you are ready, you could try again.
and like that invitation is all she needs to start unloading on you.
Oh no.
It's like,
Oh no!
here's the thing. We have our differences. I admit I didn't understand her very well for a long time. I thought she was unfeeling and lacking in passion and warmth, and I realized that she has passion. It's just very different than mine. But it's not like I've never tried to reach out. Like I've never tried to understand her. I tried to include her so much. I really did. I tried to talk to her about what I know and love, and you know what she said to me? That it's all frivolous. Emotions cloud judgment. She said, as if she's never been emotional. Ask Arachne and Minerva how spotless your judgment is. Just go and ask her how unemotional you are. Love, my domain, it's irrational. It's antithetical to wisdom. As if pursuing the needs of the heart is unwise. I admit, I didn't give her a fair shake. I copped to it, but she never gave me one either. It's not fair. I wish she'd see that I have value too, even if we're different. Because I see that she has value, but she never.
Well,
It's okay.
if it
It's
would
okay.
help,
It's okay. And she hugs you. She hugs you to her. She's
Oh.
like, it's okay. We're getting through this together.
if it would help, I would be happy to help mediate a
Facilitate.
conversation between you two of you, as her high philosopher, and also as somebody who has had to learn to talk to people much more than I expected.
Oh, that's very sweet. I don't know though. It might be very embarrassing. Oh, but I'll think about it.
Yes,
It's good to just
the
talk about
choices-
this, I talk about it to Mars, and he's just like, "Do you want me to fight her?" And it's like, "No, not again."
relationships are difficult. I understand.
It's really
I am.
hard. It's like I love her, you know? She's my sister.
What's the
I have a sister as
I
well.
love I love how Mars's whole vernacular is like, someone's upset you. You want me to go fight her?
Yeah,
You want me
I have a sister as well, and
to go
she is extremely important to me, even if we haven't always seen eye to eye.
It's very hard. It's
It's very.
all right. It's all right.
It's not even about.
Anyways,
It's not even about beating up or like winning. It's about just the fight.
anyways, we're
dare
not
you
here about
upset
me.
my
We're here about you.
Enough about me. Let's kill you. What?
And I too have that brain rot.
Yeah.
Enough about-
Mars sent you
sister-
on a. Oh, sorry. What?
I miss my sister. Even now, being separated from her, she's the only family I have, and part of me didn't have any family left until now. And I miss Cassidy as well.
That sweet sorrow of grief. Don't worry. There are
Me-
fields of Elysia, and I'm sure Cassidy is waiting for you there.
Oh. Janice smiles, but is they're visibly teary-eyed.
Well, my beautiful, sweet lover Mars said that you are on a quest to prove to these militiamen that they've got the wrong idea, and that to do this quest, you need to get his cute little pet dragon on your side. And he did not give you anything to help you on this quest other than the instructions for it, which is very much like him. She
Red has actually been
reaches-
very helpful.
reaches into the pink waters and pulls out an enormous carafe of wine. Like it's like
Oh.
10 feet tall. It almost touches the ceiling. Oh, that's a bit large. And she taps it and it shrinks down to like an inch tall.
Huh.
That'll be easier for you to transport. This is nectar, not from a flower, but the actual nectar.
Oh, fuck.
Mm.
For those who aren't aware of obscure Greek mythology stuff, nectar is what the Olympians drink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She gives to you.
It's what you
If-
it's what you give to gods in Hades to improve your relationship with them.
Give this to Mars's sweet little pet, and she won't attack you on sight.
Yes, I'm
which is
glad
why
that
it's
you
good
clarified that.
It's why it's good you guys went to Venusia before going to the dragon, FYI.
I just like after
That is. Sorry, go on.
I just like after she says, I just imagine just a stunned silence of oh, yeah.
that doesn't surprise me too much.
Like I said, sweet Mars, he does not think things through very well. But I
I
love
suppose
him.
it's easy to forget how dangerous other things can be to other people.
See, to him, the feistiness of his pet is like, oh, you rascal, let's wrestle a bit when I come home. It just won't feel like that for you.
Yeah, just how large is this dragon?
Oh, it's big. It's very, very big.
Well, I
Really
suppose.
big.
Well, I suppose in that case it will certainly make a statement.
City destroying
Big.
big.
Oh.
Yeah, that's indeed a large one.
See, his last one was very small. A man killed it, and he didn't like that. So we got a big one this time.
Well,
I imagine after
remember-
after that happened, he cried for a long time till he got a new puppy.
Oh, he was in tears and also really angry. It's one of the reasons I fell for him. He's so devoted. And he made that Cadmus fellow found a whole city specifically on doing things in his name. So, really taught them a lesson for killing his pet.
yes, he is certainly a man of deep passions.
Deep and loyalty. Like, to of his day, every year he goes to the grave and he weeps. I mean, he doesn't want to go down to Hades to visit because it's not fun down there. But, he still holds a place in his heart.
Aw.
If only everyone was so devoted to their pets.
I know, or just to all the people they love. All right, so that was my first boon. Here is my second. It is knowledge. So my husband's city is currently overrun by the Mars militia.
Yes, that scans with its
and
proximity.
they're using the forges and the clever minds of the machinists in Volcamph to create. Well,
Oh, they're my siege weapons.
do you know of Talos?
Oh, oh no.
The Metal Man?
Yes, my husband was really proud of him. I thought he was kind of garish to look at, which is why I suggested putting him on that island by Crete. But, or sorry, Kretinos is what it's called, Midgheim. Well, they're trying to replicate that, so there'll be a whole bunch of those ugly things if no one stops them.
Hmm.
That's terrifying.
An army that feels no remorse, no love. That sounds
worst
perfectly
thing-
in line with what they want.
The worst thing is, they are to replicate them, they have to replicate. Create an automaton of that scale requires power akin to a god.
Oh no. Do
Hmm.
they have a philosopher's stone?
They're probably
Not
looking
yet,
for
but they are
one.
searching for one, and there are a couple not too far from Volcamph.
Ooh.
I'm going to go to the main map now.
I am
There
really
are
fucking
two-
glad we came here.
There are two castles near Volcamph. The Castle Otranto and the Castle Caracosa. One of the two holds a Philosopher's Stone. Though there is something blurring my vision unrelated to the Mars militia that keeps me from seeing which precisely it is that has the stone in question. Either Otranto or Caracosa. I cannot be quite sure. There is something
Caracosa.
strange
Carcosa.
in that area.
Oh no.
So,
How do you spell
these-
Caracosa?
I'll put it on the map actually. Let me get this in beautiful. Yeah, that's a good color for. Well, actually, this is a nicer color for it. Okay. Let's biggie size that.
Oh no. Oh
What?
no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Carcosa, golden, yellow. Castle, king.
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Meanwhile, my character is like, I don't understand the significance of that.
You know, man,
out of
I
character,
don't
no
either.
one will. This is out of character and like, oh no.
Yeah.
She says, if you wish to stop the Mars militia, while I think getting the dragon is good, what is even more important is liberating Volcanth. If they do not have the factories of Volcanth making their machines, they will be significantly weakened. Keeping them from getting their hands on a Philosopher's Stone will also be important.
Is it an
Yes.
actual
That is my-
Philosopher's Stone or an impure one?
Again, I cannot say for sure. I am sorry, but my vision does have its limits.
I'm not sure it matters ultimately.
My third boon, she touches the lotus flower planter, and some of the flowers grow immediately, and she picks 4 of them and gives them to you.
Oh,
These 4 potent lotus blossoms are my gift to you. They will give a person once consumed a very pleasant amnesia, allowing you to hide your actions should you need to. I know that the idea of using something like that is unpalatable, and I would not give this as a gift in most circumstances, but you have many enemies, you have many spies, and information is as vital to you right now as strength and brawn and even wit. There may come a time when you need to cover your tracks and keep others from following your trail, in which case, may this be a blessing to you. I'm sure Minerva would see the wisdom in it.
as do I.
Gore's gonna glance at his flowers and goes, this is a temporary amnesia, or is it a more permanent sort?
It is temporary. If the person were to continue consuming lotus flowers, it would essentially be permanent, but luckily I've only given you 4, not an endless supply.
Ah, it would last as long as the flowers last, then.
Yes. A few hours, and then after a point they would regain their senses.
Understandable.
That said, if they saw other lotus flowers, they would be compelled to eat them as quickly as possible, extending the duration of the effect. So don't go flaunting them about.
Understandable. Thank you for answering my question.
You're welcome. You sweet little froggy.
Imagine just her grabbing Gore's jowls and just shaking like a puppy.
I think it's more like she tickles him a bit.
Oh,
Everybody
And-
loves a pleasantly rotund frog.
My 4th
Yeah.
boon is not something you will be able to trade in right away. I imagine. It seems like you have more important things on your mind, but I am the goddess of love. And if there is ever a relationship you wish to build or mend with anyone, I will grant you my divine attention in that matter, should you merely request it.
Oh,
For one relationship only. I cannot do this for all of your affairs in life. But should you find someone who you really think is the one, I will do my best to ensure that that love flows smoothly and cleanly for you for the end of your days. Essentially the Paris and Helen situation.
oh.
Not a love spell, just if you think if you are at the point where you want one relationship in your life, and it need not be romantic, but one relationship in your life to go swimmingly from now till the end.
divine
grant you that.
wingman.
Yes, she will grant you that divine wingman deal.
Is this really
True
for
love,
RP Flush,
not
or will
fake
it
love.
be a RP? I mean, will this purely be RP, or will it be mechanic associated with it? Out of character.
I'm not sure.
I think it'll
Yeah.
depend how we use
I think
it.
if there was a mechanic associated with it, when you meet the person, I'll say this: when you meet the person that you want to form that bond with, and ask Venus, she will allow you to max out your bonds with them immediately.
Ooh.
Mm. Interesting.
I say, ma'am, somebody used that on dirt. Just tell him, go home, dude. It's not worth it. I'm your best friend. Listen to me. Sorry.
Go home, be a family man.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no. I
Go
I
home.
am
You're
going
acting
to-
like just like your father. Your mother misses you.
I am gonna say this. I want Dirt dead.
Like, I understand.
Oh.
Do you understand what he's done to my sweet boy? My
Nothing well.
my beautiful Mars? What he's done in Mars's name? What he's done to Mars's reputation? What he makes people think Mars is? People do not understand my sweet beloved Mars. He is not just a violent scoundrel. He is a person of passion and love and honor and respect. He would not kill wantonly in this manner. Yes, he is a blood-soaked god, but he is also a god of love, and he has never once. He has been true to me, and I will admit it is not my nature to be monogamous. I am a polyamorous goddess. And he accepts that and yet remains true to me and me alone without expecting that in return. Do you know how special that is?
Mm-hmm.
That
This is extremely.
he is so loving. You should see him with our kids. And to make him out to just want to conquer and kill and to subjugate his own people, that he would want to wage war on the people of his own country, it makes me mad. It makes me wish I was a war goddess. If I had a spear, I would run that man through.
She says that she suddenly has a spear. Oh,
But that is not my way. I am the goddess
puts
of
it
love.
down.
Puts it down into the water.
We will help. We will. We will also want to be rid of Dirt.
Oh,
If it was,
Yeah.
you know, by mistake, that would be different. But he is.
that, that won't be long.
He
for
is.
the world. And that much is true.
His mistake was crossing me.
Oh God.
Yes,
I'm guessing
you're speaking to her.
I'm guessing the man is grossly impotent, at the very least.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like it is a very
No luck in love in any respects for that man anymore.
It's a very tiny way, but nothing is pettier than Minerva when she gets going.
Oh God, Venus turned him into a incel.
Venus, not Minerva. God damn it.
Oh God.
I don't know if any of you have seen Doctor Strangelove, but cliff notes on that. It's a comedy in the Cold War, made in the Cold War, about World
And here
War
this is
III
the war
being
room.
started. World War III is started by a rogue military commander named General Jack D. Ripper, specifically because General Jack thinks communists are launching an attack on quote unquote our precious bodily fluids. And the more the
Ooh.
film goes on, the more you realize the guy is starting World War III and bombing Russia because he blames the communists for him being impotent.
Jesus Christ.
So, anyways, there might be a little bit of General Jack D. Ripper in General Dirt, and it might be Venus's revenge. She is waging war on his precious bodily fluids.
It's like, you have been most generous, Lady Venus.
Oh, thank
like
you.
it's-
That's very sweet to say, but you really do deserve it. Never see. It's been so long since I've seen my sweet boys this happy.
Oh. It was honestly initially frightening to meet him face to face, but he is not.
He's a puppy dog, you know. He's like
Yeah.
there are those big dogs that seem really scary, but then you see them and they're so sweet.
Mhm.
I agree.
Leica thinks, oh, that sounds like my mother.
Now I'm just imagining Mars as a big slobbery kind of dog with many folds. Boof.
Boof.
He's a boof.
The true classification of dog is what they sound like when they bark. Is it a yip, yap, bark, boof?
Or a boof.
I appreciate your thanks, and of course they are expected as I am a goddess, but I really must return them in kind. You have done so much for Mediterra, for Olympus, and for my sweet Mars. It is the least I can do. And I wish you luck,
Leica
and
is
whatever
going to,
aid I can lend.
Leica is going to swear another personal oath. General Dirt will not live. She has sworn another oath of vengeance has been sworn.
It is an honor to have met you, Lady Venus.
Same to you. So if you excuse me, I have a high priestess to thank.
That's one way of putting it.
And Minerva blows you all a kiss as she dissipates into pink smoke that travels out of the room and down a hallway, and eventually out of sight.
I think we should take our leave. Leave them to
Oh,
their
she is-
affairs.
Oh, her priestess is. She is
Lucky.
about to have her mind blown.
Mm-hmm.
And her back.
But
Har, har, har. I'm fucking hilarious. My
You are.
as you guys start
Hey,
heading
well,
out of the
Hmm?
as you guys start heading out of the temple, you see at the front desk there is this huge, imposing Mars militiaman holding a huge, gorgeous bouquet of flowers. And he is talking to one of the aides, and they're like, the high priestess is currently occupied. But if you're willing to wait, yes, of course. I'll wait as long as it takes. All right, you can go to the waiting room. Thank you. And he tromps off to a waiting room and sits down, holds his flowers, looks at them, then looks up at the ceiling and goes,
Goes what?
He heaves a deep, lovelorn sigh.
Janice will, yeah, she'll go over to him. Hello, cousin.
Hello. I've not seen your face in town before. Are you a visitor?
Yes. Visitor from abroad.
It's a lovely place, isn't it?
It is.
This is one of the pink armored ones, right?
Oh yeah.
I
He does have slightly different armor than the rest. You've seen different ranks of armor in the Mars Militia to an extent, and he is of a higher rank. You'd think he might be a centurion.
Like,
Because this guy is
and-
a
like
general
corpse?
Yep, and he has a custom, instead of the smiley face the other pink Mars militiamen have, he has a flower on it. Like a very beautiful orchid painted.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Your
hello.
armor marks you as a centurion.
Oh, I don't. Well, that was my rank. Yes. I'm just a knight now. Sir Flower, and he holds out a hand to you.
Aw. Are you familiar with
Gaius.
Gaius?
Centurion corpse, but now he has also changed his name.
I knew a Centurion corpse.
Well,
Yes.
He reverted his name, actually.
Yes,
Oh,
he too
still
has.
remembers it. How wonderful for him.
Yes, we freed him
I-
from
Hold on.
dirt.
I-
Remembers?
Mhm.
I could not remember mine.
Oof.
Oh,
They tried to help me find it, but there was like suddenly his sunny expression falls. He's like, there was too much. It was too hard to face.
Oh,
Aw.
I was gravel when I was in the militia. I am flour now.
Aw. A beautiful thing to spring from
Yeah.
the soil. I will admit I was nervous coming into town and seeing so much of the militia, but
He laughs. Yes, I can imagine why.
but honestly, after speaking to the high priestess and spending time here myself,
She's lovely, isn't she?
I am
I
extremely.
I remember when I first came here with my squadron, and I was so rude. I told her that she had to bend the knee, and submit her town to Mars, and she looked at me with such pity, and she sent me to the House of Pleasure, and I indulged myself there, as was what I felt was my right. But now I realize it is a privilege, a kindness done to me and my men. And then the next day, she fed me Velotis, and I think I cried for the rest of the day. I cried until there were no more tears in me, and then sobbed still. It was painful, but it was a
Yes.
healing thing, you know.
Janice nods.
She has been so tender to me. I love that woman.
Aw.
There is much to love.
Indeed.
And then she told me of the plan that she could break all of the militia free if they came here. And so we enacted our scheme. I helped her work through my armor so we could change the enchantments on it, and made it so that when other militiamen came, we could pretend to be like them, and then head them to the ethereal experience and feed them the lotus and work on fixing them, and it's gone well. 50 of my brothers have now joined us here.
50 is quite an impressive number.
Yes.
Gaius himself, he is trying it the hard way. When we last spoke with each other, he spoke of wanting to liberate, to open the minds of everyone within the militia.
He is a braver man than I. I don't think I can leave here.
Does not house.
If I like to rest and lay down his shields, tell him he is welcome in Venusia. We will greet him as a brother.
Next time I see him, I will pass that along.
you mentioned
And
the
in that case,
enchantments.
is there...
Yes.
You go first, Gore.
You mentioned the enchantments, so you're aware of what they do?
I was told our armor was inscribed with the blessing of Mars, but when I showed it to the High Priestess, she showed me the actual truth of the enchantments. I do not have the knowledge of runes myself, but she showed me in her books how to interpret it, and I realized it was actually preventing us from communicating with the gods. Outside of them manifesting physically in our world, which of course they are prohibited from doing. You guys all realize that Aphrodite just broke a rule.
Yeah.
Because technically, like, didn't Mars also break a rule and also?
No, he
Mars
brought
Mars
us
was
to-
Mars was bending it. Minerva was using very creative interpretation of loopholes.
But this was just a
Venus said,
flagrant.
"Fuck it."
Well,
Venus
Yeah.
love
just
breaks
said,
all.
"Fuck
Hey,
it."
love breaks all barriers.
There are
Mhm.
no rules in love, war, or Pokemon battles. So
Also, given the fact
there are
that
actually a lot of rules in Pokemon battles.
not according to Team Rocket.
But yeah, no.
I mean, it makes sense that Venus would be the one to break it. It's like, I can't read that.
Yeah.
Can't stop me because I can't read.
Sir Flower says, so she showed me what the original enchantment was, and with my permission, she stripped it clean and it gave us a new enchantment that allows us to disguise ourselves, our new repainted armor as our old armor for all intents and purposes, when face of other Mars militia members, so we can convincingly appeal to them that our mission has been a success. We have taken over the city, and the presence here is welcome and completely in control. And then we tell them to go experience the pleasures here, and they become like
Flower.
us. The lotus
you
flower,
show
yes.
me these? No,
sorry, yeah.
you, Flower. Could you show
Yeah.
me these runes?
Yeah, if you help me undo these straps, and he starts, taking off his armor until he can take off the breastplate and the helmet. And he shows you where the
intend-
runes are inscribed.
We intend to go deeper into the malicious territory. Being able to disguise ourselves would be incredibly useful.
Yeah, you'll just need to inscribe them on a piece of a set of equipment, and it should allow you to disguise yourself as a Mars militiaman perfectly.
Well, shit. Well, thank you. This is extremely useful.
No problem.
Thank you, cousin.
You're welcome. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Yeah, they'll mark that down. I wish you luck with the priestess. She is a sight.
Thank you. We've been in a relationship for a while now. Not exclusive, of course. She has her duties to share love with all. And she is inclined to share love with all, but that makes her no less special to me.
Of course.
I wish you the best of luck in your healing.
You too. We're all of us damaged. But love heals great wounds.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You are now allowed an interlude scene with which to build on bonds, rest, relax, have some character interactions. And next session, we will be heading into the Desolate Mire.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Are we calling it here?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is an interlude scene, so if you have any in-character business you want to do the in-character business, and then, yeah, we'll be calling it.
All right, sorry.
As we settle in, I guess this will be at the inn.
Yep, at Infatuation.
At Infatuation, yes. I'm surprised at this place.
Yeah.
I'm not. This is exactly what it should have been.
That's what it should have been, but I've not felt this
Peace.
good about myself. I think ever at this point.
I bet
My
they feel
body
better
is-
now than they ever did back then. Trans allegory? What?
It's not an allegory. They literally are.
Yeah.
There's no allegory about it.
I am two genders in a coat.
Yes.
Oh
That's my favorite
god, I'm
thought.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm remembering the silly meme. It's the Venom meme. It's like our pronouns are they them because we are literally
because
two
we're not-
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, feeling good about
The
yourself.
way, yeah, I've not felt this good about my bodies ever. Of course, like before, it's different. But since becoming Janice, it's not been the same.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm fine. The words are difficult to put together.
No, I get it. I myself. It was nice to just take the weight off my shoulders for a little bit and just be reaffirmed that I don't feel insane for trying to be a good, nice person. I like it here.
I do too. It's not where I'd spend all of my time, but
I think, as Gore would put it, it's a palate cleanser.
yeah, it's the place I'd like to come and visit.
What about you, Leica?
What?
How are you feeling?
Leica looks down at her, down at her hands for a minute. Not sure what I'm feeling.
You don't need to. You don't need to talk about anything you're not ready for. You've got a lot on your plate. But we are your friends. We will do what we can.
If it's any consolation, Leica, yes, Ozymandias was, he talked a big game, but I still don't quite like him. There's just he used all of the right words, yet there was, it felt as if there was like a degree, like a film of slime over all of it.
Word you're looking for is politician.
I'm glad. You had the right of it, Leica. I got wrapped up in his rhythm. I'm not happy about that, but you didn't.
He was right about one
And-
thing. Leica throws the
What's
knife
that?
down. I am my
About-
parents' child. One.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well,
you don't need to say anything specific. But it's
Just-
shaking you that he knew your parents.
you have to allow yourself to. You have to allow us to help you too.
I have a feeling by
It's-
the end, by the end of all this, either he's going to die. No ifs. By the end of this, him, corpse, not him, dirt. They'll all end up like the High Philosopher.
What happened to the High Philosopher?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
They'll-
Miles.
Let's
What?
just say he never made it back to Jupiter.
Leica, did you kill the High Philosopher?
No.
What? What? So he
Puppy
could go
chewing
and-
faster.
and apply all his all his malice and and magical know-how to the Emperor's men. They did us a service.
I don't.
Just be careful not to get lost, like in that mindset.
I understand your point.
He was on his way. He was on his way to Jupiter. Explicitly,
I understand.
to offer his service to the Emperor's men.
Leica, you don't need to explain yourself. I understand where you're coming from. I've not. I don't know how to word this.
You truly are a Minerva's kid. Or acolyte.
Yeah, constantly overthinking everything. And then
That's
ending
what
up
I find
socially
Find the
awkward.
words for difficult
The
situations.
reason I went on here to slay monsters that were plaguing towns, slaying ungodly things from the dark corners of the world, and yet more and more I find what monsters who live are the ones who look like you and I. People, those in power and positions of grandeur who hurt you with a smiling face and then asking you to say thank you for it. Dirt, the High Philosopher, the Emperor, Ozymandias. They're all
Sorry,
the
can we just
same.
like I you're right, but like could we just say the former High Philosopher, because it's making me a little uncomfortable.
My apologies. Former High Philosopher.
Thank you.
Oh,
Fun of Milan was his name. I think it's funny that
we're-
you guys don't remember it.
Yeah, no, fuck him.
Fuck that guy. We don't even remember his name.
He was a shitty misogynist.
He kind of was just his job, and he was
yeah,
shit
and
at it.
now he's now he's Uli shit. Not
Yep.
Uli, not Uli shit. He's Ollie shit.
Ew.
Hey, Ollie ain't good that night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, did you see that guy? He was scrawny.
It's
Oh
pro-
no, he ate him and his whole like magical knapsack.
Oh
With his
man, you
whole
should have
robe
let me
and
have
everything.
that. You should have given me that knapsack.
Yeah, this is the first
mean-
that Janice is learning.
That's
It's like,
the
wait,
moral-
that's why his apartment was gone?
yeah. Wait, that's why all this stuff disappeared.
Yeah,
Why
Denali
would-
now, or it was until it was digested.
I tried to go in. I tried to find all the stuff in his room, and it was all gone.
All I can
I mean,
imagine
in a way,
now.
it's still with us, just in a different form.
Now I'm just imagining
Let's
some,
just
like
say, Well, all I thought would be a scrawny snack turned to be a lot more filling than he could have ever
Ooh,
realized.
this one's got a nice cream filling.
I'm just imagining now opening up Ollie's jaws and there's a full-scale apartment in there.
To be
Someone
I realized. Wait.
The suspiciously apartment-shaped behemoth. Did you eat that? No.
No.
I don't begrudge you killing him. He was shitty. He made things shitty for everyone else. Excuse me, tease. He doesn't deserve my sympathy. But
I don't think it's healthy to define yourself by what you remove from the world.
agreed. And I don't think it's healthy to take that entirely upon yourself.
Out of character, I was like, yeah, let some of us kill the evil people too.
Well,
But
maybe
yeah,
if you
no,
guys
sorry.
showed some initiative.
Yeah, exactly.
True. That's fair.
I understand why you did it. And I don't. This doesn't change the fact that you are a friend. Just maybe talk to us first next time. Like it?
Sorry,
And as Leica was asked by her friends, just let them in on the murder next time. Leica thought, yeah. Alright.
It's okay if you do a murder. Just, let us
Murder
know
with
when you're going to do
friends.
a murder.
Let us
Yeah.
join
It's a
in.
group activity.
Yeah, maybe
Alex
we can help
Alex's arc
you.
is like trying so hard to be kind, whereas Leica is like, Father, I crave violence.
Mhm. Well, I mean, inevitably, he's gonna have to learn how to be mean sometimes.
After all, ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Har, har, har.
We haven't met Poseidon yet, or Neptune.
See, it's a reverse character arc. You need to learn how to be nice, and I need to learn how to be mean.
Yeah. And I need to learn self-love. But
There's
also,
lots of you to love. There's like literally 2 people's worth of loving.
but also, I gotta learn to deal with autism.
A little bit of autism.
Don't we all?
Indeed, indeed. So Venus was both intimidating and extremely alluring, right?
In an awesome sort of way, yes.
I'm going to be real with you. I don't feel comfortable talking of. I like you guys and all, but I don't feel comfortable talking about that.
I don't feel
You know
comfortable
what?
talking about how Venus made me feel.
You know what? Fair.
Like she was appealing and all, but I just.
It's fine. It's fine, Leica.
Like his thoughts,
Let's-
mommy.
And you have complicated
Oh, no.
feelings about Mom too.
Yes.
It's fine, Leica. I was
Listen,
trying to
big,
lighten the
tall,
mood.
scary women of pronounced bust sizes and bulk is
Well, wait until you meet Hecate.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, share the art of Aphrodite if you haven't already.
That's a good point. This is not specific to campaign one, but it's a art of Aphrodite. Let me get you on here. Gods, mythic figures, Mediterranean. Aphrodite, Aphrodite, Aphrodite. Or, see, I couldn't do that joke because it's Venus in northern Mediterranean. Where the fuck are you? There you
Yeah.
are. So I had to do a different song for her opening, but I think it worked out well.
Yeah.
There
I
are
think
other
so.
ways of persuasion.
You're still recording, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're done with our little inter-character chat, I would just like to say that Penelope Prosecco, her name is based on Fanny Hill. Penelope, Fanny, and Prosecco
get
is an
it.
Italian hill. So she's Fanny Hill, who is the
Yeah.
star of a very famous erotic novel from like I think the Victorian era or before that, might be Edwardian. But yeah. Anyways, good night, everybody.